back to EDT News.
Today, August 8th, is the first day of the Olympics, and we will continue covering the Games until August 24th, the final day.
Almost 11,000 athletes are competing from over 200 countries to win a medal for their nation.
On our website, edtnews.org, you can keep up to date with the medal counts for each sport and country throughout the entire Olympics.
We have just received mixed emotions from other countries on their thoughts about the Games being held here in China.
Yes, and actually the Amnesty International, who helps protect human rights, is forcing China's government to improve their human rights policy. The Amnesty says that China needs to show a healthy and basic respect for human rights if they want the Games to be held there.
Another reaction comes from the head of Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee, Francois Lonkel, who is comparing this Olympics to the one held in 1936 in Nazi Germany. He believes that China is using the Olympic Games for their own selfish reasons to make themselves a more powerful nation. On the other hand, German Interior Minister Odo Schiele believes that the Olympics can positively affect China and should help to promote democracy. The emblem of this summer's Olympic Games is one with lots of Chinese history and culture. The emblem combines the Chinese seal and the art of calligraphy with sporting features. The image depicts a human running forward to embrace triumph. This figure is supposed to resemble the Chinese character Jing, which stands for the name of the host city, Beijing. Traditionally, a person signed a document with his or her own personal seal. It was a symbol of their commitment and sincerity. Just as this Olympic emblem is a symbol of Beijing's commitment to hosting a successful and significant Olympics.
Right here, this is the fabled bird's nest, the stadium of the Beijing Olympics, a place of dreams that now hold so many memories. And 4 years later, the people are still coming.
It's a memory that will last forever, he says. It made China greater and stronger. On giant screens around the stadium, those magical moments live on. The grand opening ceremony, the lighting of the cauldron, and of course those extraordinary athletes.
The Olympics brings you everything, you know, there's great passion, there's great tragedy, there's a real sense that the world comes together.
She's doing her PhD on the Olympics and politics.
When people talk about politics and sport not mixing, well, I think they don't understand the Olympic Games. It's all about politics, and it's all about making changes in a country.
It's crazy to know that China has spent nearly $40 billion just on these Olympic Games to transform the city of Beijing. China's consumer prices are rising by almost 7% due to the fact that personal consumption has grown as well. It is also found true that China's gross domestic product, meaning the measure of a nation's economic activity, has gone down as well. By hosting the Olympics in China, it will greatly promote investment and consumption in that area. And actually, 4 new McDonald's have been built in the city of Beijing just for the Olympic Games.
China is hiding secrets that the world may want to know. The Chinese government has been trying very hard to look like a stabilized country.
The Chinese authorities have used the Olympic Games as an excuse to use a detention system that they call re-education through labor. What they are doing is rounding up ordinary people with demand reforms of the Chinese government and are making them work by helping clean up Beijing for the upcoming Games.
It was also reported by the Amnesty that China has been violating other human rights leading up to these Olympics. Supposedly, the government has been using surveillance and detention to persuade families of activists and protests not to come to Beijing.
Also, reporters arriving at the Olympic press conference in Beijing found out that many websites have been blocked, such as those with information on Tiananmen Square protests, Tibet, Taiwan, or Dalai Lama.
Thanks for tuning in to EDT News. We hope to see you next time when we cover more about the Olympics.
We are back on the final day of the Olympics to catch you up on anything you may have missed. We have just heard word about controversy surrounding these Olympic Games. Now over to Dima with some more information.
Thank you, Taylor. We have just figured out that the Spanish men's basketball team has just taken a group photo that we would consider racist toward the Chinese. They all posed, deciding to position their eyelids downward, mimicking the Chinese. They used this picture as an advertisement for the Spanish men's basketball team. This team is currently being criticized very harshly due to this photo shown.
Thank you, Dima. It has just been uncovered that the little girl, Lin Miauk, who sang the song at the opening ceremony, was in fact lip syncing. The original singer of the song was seen as not beautiful enough to sing at the ceremony. 1.5 million people were displaced in order to gain land to build the structures needed for the Olympic Games. These citizens were given little to no notification. 20% of these people experienced a decrease in their quality of life.
We have recently learned that the Chinese government had promised to hold a Green Olympics here in Beijing. They have shut down factories and construction sites and limited the number of vehicles allowed on the road to help reduce this extreme amount of air pollution. Although this may seem like a good thing, some Chinese citizens are worried about what will happen once the Olympic Games are over. Now to you, Emmy.
Due to the decrease in pollution, pregnant women living in Beijing have given birth to babies that are on average 23 grams heavier than babies born in the past few years. This woman here has just given birth to a very large baby. Excuse me, what are your names?
I'm Terry, and she is Aki, and together we teriyaki.
Nice. What is this on her arm?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's literally the first time I've ever been on live television. But it is a price tag. But let me just start to tell you, she is priceless. I'm sorry. Continue.
How much did your baby weigh?
Oh, it astonishing 8 pounds.
That's really surprising since the average birth weight of a baby born in China is only about 6 pounds.
That's what my doctor told me.
In recent years, many babies have been born premature and have not been through the important time when the greatest amount of physical growth occurs. Previous studies have linked pollution to birth weight, but have not yet been able to pinpoint which stage is affected the most. We will bring you more information as soon as it is released.